I'd say no. When it comes to your website, how are you engaging people? And in my opinion, you're engaging people when you look at your stats on the website and you're monitoring a couple different things. Number of pages that people are looking at. You're monitoring the time on site. And over time, is that increasing or is that decreasing? You want it to increase. You want people to engage with more stuff. The bounce rate, is the bounce rate going down? If you've got, 80, 90% bounce rate, meaning people are coming, looking at one page and then leaving, you've got to fix that. You've got to give them a reason to stay more. And then I think most importantly at this engage step, you've got to get them to raise their hand and say, I want more info from you. I like what I see. I want to know more. With the school corporation, that maybe community people would be coming and signing up to get updates as to what's going on in the schools. I don't think parents are getting that automatically, but that's a sign of engagement right there, that they are seeing a reason to do that. So once you've got them engaged, all too often, we drop the ball. They're like, great, they signed up, woohoo! And then they never hear from us again until like maybe a year and a half later when we get inspired to send an email and they go, who is this? Unsubscribe. So the next step in the process is to nurture that relationship. You built the platform, you've created things that potentially could engage the right person into what you're doing and why. Now you want to build the relationship. You want to nurture that experience. I think the single best way is email marketing. But, the fact that under 20% of most email campaigns get opened, unless it's really, really focused to a specific audience, means that a lot of people are missing out. So how else can you do that? You can nurture through social media content. You can nurture through text messaging, maybe. That one's harder, but I do a lot of work with the Wayne Township Adult Education Program here in the area. And we have found text messaging to be the #1 way to keep the engagement level up. Short, sweet, 97% open rate on average within 3 to 5 minutes of being sent out. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. It doesn't work for all situations. And a lot of people would not give a phone number. They would give an email. So when you're thinking about nurturing a relationship, think of it like a real relationship. What can you do to help that person see value in emails coming in your inbox? I have some people who I get probably anywhere from 5 to 7 emails a day from in my inbox that come in. I know some of you are going, 5 to 7 emails a day? I don't even send that many a month. A year. The reason why I still tolerate them coming in like that is because amongst all of the stuff that comes in, there's some gold. And there's no way in the world I'm going to miss out on the gold. So as you think about nurturing an email campaigns, how can you be providing enough gold that no matter what, people will want to make sure that that email gets viewed and is a priority email instead of just another email. And then the last part of the process here is you've got all that in place. Let's now go out and attract as many people as we can to come through what we've built, the engagement and the nurture, so that we can generate new business. And so that's where Facebook comes into the mix. You've got something set up, and that could be just a landing page. It doesn't have to be an entire website. It could just be a landing page that's designed to take a next step with a nurture campaign followed. I'm working with a company right now that is very much a call to action purchase scenario. And one of the things I don't like to do is give people like all the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, right there in an ad or on a landing page. I want them to take the steps that we need them to take. Or did a mailing, we talked about this last week for those that were here. If you do a mailing out, I don't want to give the coupon code on the postcard. Why? Because I want them to take that information, if they're interested enough, go over to my website and do one of two things at least. Give me your email so I can send you the coupon. A little bit inconvenient, I get it. Worst case, they come to the website and they don't give me anything. Guess what? We now can follow them with ads and keep up in front of them. Even if they give us nothing, we can stay in front of them. There's value in that. So as you think about the way you are attracting people, think about the different mechanisms you're using and how are you using that in order to achieve your objective. Here's one reality. Marketing is not one step. It's a series of little steps. You know, if I'm telling you to go from here over to Orange Leaf, nobody's taken one step to get there. You could be taking 100 steps to want to get there. Every step is getting you closer to where you're going. You get distracted along the way or something like that, you know, that happens. But if your expectation is that they will take one step to get there, there's very, very few that will do that. So what do you do to accomplish for the rest? What little steps, milestones do you create for them so that they want to take the next step in the journey? Okay, so that's just a quick overview of where I feel like, you know, the big picture is this is what I help people do on a regular basis as they look at their marketing strategies. So real quick here, why should you be advertising on Facebook? We mentioned some of them. Sorry if it's a little hard to read with distance, but I'll quickly run over it. Number one, top here, your audience is on Facebook. You know, you can look at all sorts of numbers for you, but in general terms, you know, 79% of adults who are online are on Facebook. Facebook has the largest social media audience of them all. So there are, I would think, enough people for everybody in this room to have contacts out there that would be great for their organization to plug in. So that's number one reason why. Number two, the targeting capabilities of Facebook are remarkable. I'm going to show you a little bit more of that if you're not familiar with it. And this is where the boost versus the ad really jumps out. The difference between the two. Because of the targeting. You can boost with targeting, but most don't know how to create that. So that's really important. I mean, all the stuff that Facebook is collecting on each of us as we go through our daily lives is crazy. You go in and look, you know, well, you're in mortgage, right? So do you know that Facebook has in their interest data people who are renting right now in a certain area, looking to buy a house, even looking to buy a house is something that you can track for people and all that. And there's tons of other data like that that's available on Facebook. So you tap into it is a key piece of that. Number three, look, that can be really affordable. I run budget campaigns for people. I do not run expensive campaigns. The only client this year that I have poured any money into, we did about $1,500 a month. But that was on a lifetime value of anywhere between $30,000 and $100,000 for their sale. So it was a high lifetime value on that. Most of the time, I'm spending under $500 a month, or even under $100 a month with all of this. But it's not the dollar spent, it's the average cost per click that's important to me. And as I look at that, you know, I've run ads this year that have blown 25 cents out of per click. I got one that has been as little as 7 cents a click for that. Nothing crazy, nothing, no like ninja tricks or anything like that. It's just about getting the right elements in place, pushing it out there, cutting out the things that aren't working, and focusing. And as you get through it, you'll get good value. You really can not have to spend a ton of money and get some good feedback and results, and then take that and turn that into new opportunities. Okay, number four, remarketing is possible. I'll talk about that if we've got time and if you're interested. But the ability, like I said, send out a postcard, get them to come to the website. At the minute they hit the website, you're basically able to now follow that person around, and I'm not just saying on Facebook, online, with ads that are designed to bring them back around and complete whatever it was. I'm doing an ad campaign with a client right now where if somebody came to the checkout cart and filled in the information and left, we've got ads going out to them to have them come back and complete the process. So that remarketing component is really important on all of that. They've got this call now feature that you can plug into as well. If you're in a business model where having somebody dial the phone would be the best thing for you, because so many are looking at it on mobile devices, you can just have them touch the button and boom, it dials right into the office. And they'll track all that for you so you'll know exactly how effective that is or isn't. And then number 6, results can be measured. Some of you in the room know this, but I had a community newspaper prior to going on to the online world from 2006 to 2011 called Coffee News here in the community. I was West Side and South Side. And that's where I met Robbie at the Mooresville Chamber many years ago with all of that. The challenge I had when I sold my ads and then went back to revisit people was showing effectiveness. I probably had one client of all my time there who actually kept every single little ad that came in the door and had a stack there for me so he could tell me exactly how he did off of the ad. But the problem is, I know there are people who came into businesses off of that but never actually pulled it out of the ad. It's just they saw it and it caused them to go in. You couldn't track that. With what we have available here, we've got so much data, too much data maybe. You've got so much, you can totally tell whether something's worth it. I'm in the midst of starting a new campaign for somebody. I'm going to give it 3 days. If you're doing a mailing, it probably wouldn't even be out to everybody in 3 days. But in 3 days, I'll know whether it's worth pursuing or not. And if it is, we'll accelerate it. If it isn't, I'll shut it down and I'll work something else out into the mix. But I'll know really quickly based on the data what I can and can't do. And that's really important to be agile and move without spending too much time getting lost. So those are some of the top reasons. Other reasons, you guys have any others that you thought, oh, that's the way Facebook ads is a good idea for your business?